Doesn't matter about the beginning.
I was gonna say, you can turn the viewfinder around.
Do you want me
to? So you can see it if you...
Do you like seeing it?
It's whatever.
I'm just gonna be watching you.
Alright, cool.
So anyways, so introduce yourself. Who are you?
My name is Klarra Daniele, and I'm awesome. I don't know.
Well, so I would say, how did we meet?
Well, my friend Ari invited me to a Corepump certification course, and I came, found the Corepump, got certified, and fell in love with it.
Why do you think she invited you specifically?
Because she knows that I'm a fitness enthusiast and that I like to work really hard.
Nice. Yeah. So hardworking fitness enthusiast.
Yeah.
So let's kind of jump right into it. So I guess why is your story so unique that we're talking right now?
Well, my neck was broken.
When?
February 2nd, 2015. I was pile driven in stunt work. So picked upside down and crushed into the ground pretty much. I was conscious and paralyzed. They had to remove C5 and install a cervical plate, which is now screwed into C6 and C4. They were preparing me to, they didn't say anything negative, but we all knew what a serious situation it was, being paralyzed and potentially being quadriplegic, and I made the decision to not be that way.
Well, you as far as a body type goes, you have a perfect 10.
Thank you.
Body-wise, and every other way too, but the body for sure. So you obviously work out. I'm not gonna say how frequently, but you obviously work out. How was it that you were able to go from being a quadriplegic to being able to actually move without a wheelchair to actually being the fittest chick I've ever seen?
Well, mine definitely over body. I concentrated and meditated and focused a lot into bringing feeling back into my body. So bit by bit, I was gaining a little bit more feeling with just consistent practice. I started practicing yoga on my own, and then really, I've taken it easy building up my strength because it's scary coming back into the gym. It's scary being on the road. Anything's scary, and my situation made me very fragile and vulnerable, or more fragile and vulnerable. So training in the gym was just kind of like this general bodybuilding type of muscle splits, of wanting to have like a competitor's physique, but not really, no goal orientated. I just want to be strong enough not to break again, and strong enough to survive. And the stronger I am, the less pain I'm in. So there's a huge payout to being strong.
Strength over weakness, right? Strength over pain.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Now, there's something that you always say, remember your quote? Well,
yeah.
So I guess tell me your quote, but then kind of tell me the background of making that quote.
My quote is, my life went from moving miles per hour to moments per second. And that's because before my injury, I knew I wasn't invincible, but I knew that I could do anything I wanted to do. And I always had this excessive energy and this gung-ho, die-hard, adrenaline junkie nature. And then being conscious and paralyzed, and I knew my neck broke. I knew laying there, I just knew that could be the end of what I knew my life to be. And it took this fast-paced life where I was cliff jumping, horseback riding, doing everything and anything, ATVs, shooting guns, just everything. And it all went down to this moment of, I can't move, and I might not ever be able to move again. So miles per hour to moments per second. It also relates to how damaged my spinal cord was. I had a C4 fracture, a C5 burst fracture into my spinal cord, and it bruised it so severely it caused a cut and a leakage. My surgeon had to explain how serious it was, and if my spinal cord was cut less than a millimeter more, I would have died.
Can you show me what a millimeter looks like in your fingers?
You can't even see the measurement, it's like less than the measurement I can even hold up, I would have died. And that really had to stick with me because we disregard millimeters all the time. We were 5 minutes late, we cut our beards, we bite our nails, we disregard these micro measurements, and that micro measurement saved my life. So it's like
not so micro anymore.
Not so micro anymore. No.
Well, that's amazing. Now that I know you, way more than I've known you 2 months ago, and I didn't know you. You've told me about your upbringing, your past, your crazy past. You said when I was criminal, when I was this. I mean, that's a very unique story all by itself. That you're not in prison, you're not doing the stuff that you said you were doing, and now you're in a health and wellness, biohacking, revolutionary fitness world that no one's ever been not accustomed to, because people are learning every day how to become healthier without a pill. But you reached kind of the culmination of everything that people are trying to get done. And very recently, a couple of months ago, you were placed here.
Yeah.
You were literally placed here. And I think it's really interesting how you were saying that you saw my magazine cover, and it just almost perfect alignment and timing. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Went home, found a magazine with you on the cover on the table, and no coincidence, the next day is when my friend Ari called and said, hey, my friend Sam Colby really wants to meet you. He's having a certification. You should come on in. And as I'm talking to her, I'm looking at you. And I'm just like, I'm not one for coincidences. It all means something. So I was just like, yeah, of course I'll be there. So came here, did the cert, and it's just been like, it's a no-brainer.
I wonder how many people, I know I'm definitely guilty of it, but like how many people where the universe places the obvious in front of you, as obvious as a magazine cover, and says, my friend Samuel Colby is having a cert, why don't you come? And how many people choose to not obey it or listen to it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Where the universe paints it so perfect,
Yeah.
and then we are in our own way and we elect, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's awesome that you actually listened and you that shows you that listening is as important as action. Action is as important as listening.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they have to sync, right?
Yes.
So what are your future plans now? Your future goals? Are you gonna go back into crime? Once you make some money, go back into wolf packing people around, and what's your ultimate goal? Like, what is Klarra from 10 years, 20 years? Do you want to be one of America's most powerful women, most influential people in the world?
Yeah.
Like, so what's kind of your vision for yourself, and with Corepump, and with biohacking, with all of it?
So 7 years ago, I retired from any illicit or criminal activity, which I was brought into with just a rough upbringing, really, just a matter of circumstances and environment and whatnot. But what the benefit from that is, it's made me such a developed person. I can help others with developing themselves. So I'm all about turning poison into medicine. I believe there's the yin and yang to everything in life, and that's something that I don't think I'll ever break away from, professionally or personally. Just the I'm quite a goal getter, and I have a lot of passion, so I'm figuring out how to direct it in the best ways. My future in general, for me, I am very happy, and I just continue. My goal is to continue to exercise that happiness and love, self-love, and sharing that. That's really the only thing that ultimately really matters. And then for Corepump or professionally, yeah, it'd be great to be one of the most influential women. I am a youth leader for a world peace organization, and I do care about all that stuff. So that's inevitable as well. That kind of is a byproduct of my nature. I don't think I'll ever lose it. I feel like it's something I'll always practice. With Corepump, it's like I want to see this go into space. It's out of the world. It's out of this world, and it has the potential to literally be out of this world. So I want to nurture that and nourish that, and just pretty much be an advocate to people who don't know about the genius technology that is now here and available. If only I had the Corepump during rehab and during everything from my injury, I don't know where I would be right now. Still grateful I'm here and I'm not taking anything back, but I can't even imagine. So one of the little goals I want to do is go to acute rehabs and talk to patients and just let them know that there's a lot of services out there, including the Corepump, that I was not aware of. They actually limited me. They told me I could never get adjusted, that I would have to rely on pain pills. There's certain other things I could do, but it wasn't encouraged. Nothing natural was encouraged, and definitely the Corepump wasn't encouraged. This is ideal for rehab, so I want to I want people to receive this. I want to share the wealth that we have here, really, and in as many dimensions as possible. And that's kind of my passion there is so expansive. I just kind of have to throw that vagueness of it out there, because it's like I don't know what will fulfill me more, because when I'm here training class and working private training with Ali, the fulfillment of my heart is the exact fulfillment I imagine and dream of that I can share with others, being an advocate for their health. So it's like I just know I'm already in the right place, and just one day at a time, doing as much as I can, sharing as much as I can.
Perfect. Do you have any last remarks or statements or anything?
I think your inventiveness is phenomenal, and I think the Corepump is just genius. I have not been into the gym at all since I found it. I actually I only went twice, because after using the Corepump and the studio closed, I was so pumped I had to go do something to get out that excess energy. And that's very unreal in regards of getting a workout in and then needing to go work out more because you're so pumped still, but you got an efficient workout in. It's just like, it really has changed the game in my fitness world. I don't do muscle splits anymore. I don't do traditional bodybuilding. I don't get sore. I don't worry about recovery. I don't have to take all this time getting ready for the gym, going to the gym for gym memberships, leaving the gym, the process of dealing with people at a gym, just everything. And let alone the biohacking elements that we have in the biohacking red classes. That's another game changer. Corepump is one thing, but then the class concepts, I don't understand why not every gym and every facility, every healing facility is implementing isochronic tones, infrared lighting. Just, it's no brainer. And when it comes down to the quality of your life and enhancing the quality of your life, when you've been on the flip side where you know what it's like to not be able to urinate, not be able to do certain things, it's like, why would I waste my time hurting my body? This has made me realize that being in the gym actually hurts my body. It's not functional. I'll be out, if I want to get my legs really hard, I'm going to be out for 3 days. There's no time in our life that we can have our legs out for 3 days. We actually need our legs. We need that energy. We need our arms, our shoulders. All this is a functioning full body that we need to actually take care of. Aesthetics is just a byproduct of wellness and strength. So I really am just impressed and very happy.